if I were to say a word for you, and I might be dealing with something emotionally as such, if you can tell me something on the physical side, like say it's a bit of working out or training. So if I say, what would you say in terms of action on the physical side that complements the mental side? So what kind of action would you tell people to take right now, the first week, let's say, of
physically? Okay. This is a good one then. So action, I would say making a small change.
Okay.
So making a small physical change. Now, I don't mean go out and run an ultra marathon or a marathon. That's not what I mean. But I would say going out in the morning. So when I do a run, I'll go out in the morning, and I'll go out in the morning because I know the sunlight in the morning, or having light in your eyes in the morning, increases your mood. So moving your body and sunlight in the morning, that is really important for your physical health and your mental health. Going out wherever you are in your local area, going to a park, being in nature. So action, make a small change, go out in the morning, be in nature, do them things, just have light in your eyes in the morning. The simple things that can obviously, that can change, your day. You wake up, you set yourself up for the day, you've been in nature, completely changes the whole day because you feel positive, feel good, changes your behavior towards people. You're more, you're just nicer, like it's, just that one simple thing. So if you don't train, or you're new to physical fitness, whatever, just go out for a simple walk every morning. So simple.
So people need guidance. They need help to really figure things out and break things down, and to set up a plan as such, and be active. And of course, the Knowledge Cube focuses on physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So kind of like what you say in the holistic well-being, or the overall well-being. We do from the physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
I think I can see myself going into more of a well-being PTE, not just focusing on the external or the physical fitness, but looking at the person as a whole, goal setting, looking more into the mind, and more of a therapeutic kind of approach when it comes to coaching, but bringing in physical fitness as a tool to help individuals and for them to enjoy it, which complements their life mentally.
The Knowledge Cube, we've been working on a bit of a regular support, and so the knowledgecube.club will be launched soon. And what I realize is that I encourage you to take small steps on the physical side, especially just take simple walks. Frankie knows what she's talking about. It's a simple walk, simple little actions that really just leads up to the overall goal, your overall successes. So empowerment. How do you connect empowerment and
love that word. Love that word.
The physical well-being, for example?
Do you know, so empowerment for me means being nice to people, right? So empowerment is telling somebody something good about themselves internally, empowering, because I think far too many people are so caught up in themselves. God, I've been in so many negative working environments where people are just out for themselves. So empowerment for me is empowering other people. So giving people confidence. Oh, by the way, I really liked how you done that today. An example of a compliment, right? That's empowering somebody, because then they think, oh, that person liked how I done that. Maybe I'll do that again. So if you've got anything nice to say about somebody or compliment them on what they're doing well, tell them, because that empowers people, and then they want to carry on. I mean, I think people need to be more, I don't know if nice is the right word, but I think people need to be more honest with people in terms of, if somebody's doing something well, bloody tell them, because it empowers them. And like I've met so many empowering women over the past year that just want to bring people up. That,
Okay.
and once you empower people and you compliment people and you tell them the good things rather than the bad things, it creates a good sense of community and a good environment to be in. So, you know, even with your partner, empower them, tell them what they do good for you. Do you know, like it just changes the whole environment you're in, whether that's at home, whether that's in work, or wherever you are. Like, be nice, compliment. It's really simple, and then that whole atmosphere you're in, the whole environment, is just a nicer place to be.
I like the whole idea of you mentioning compliments, and very often we don't acknowledge others and we don't acknowledge ourselves as well. And one of the focuses for me with empowerment is to get people to start taking back that personal power that belongs to them. So it's like the simple things you mentioned. It's like getting up in the morning, getting some sunlight, or getting your heart flow, your heart and the blood moving and getting pumped up for yourself. But simple little things like this of stretches, walks in the park, reflecting, all these things, once it reflects back on you, creating your own personal power. So when someone else mentions or compliments you, and they mention something good about you and what you've done, is that it gives you back that good feeling. So there's the emotional side of it there. And I would like you to really have a look at the secret chapter of the Knowledge Cube concept, empowering your life. And it has some little nuggets in there, some things you just mentioned as well. And you speak about the emotional side of things, and especially getting up in the morning, early rising, getting up early. I mean, now I think it's just this whole, I won't say procrastination as such, but this was limiting belief and limiting yourself from what you can do. You need to remove that. So again, it's about removing those mental or emotional blockages and getting back what belongs to you, that power, you know, living life more intentionally. So
and starting slow as well, isn't it? Starting slow with it, just little things, change little things, and then them little things become bigger things, and you're constantly making little changes, and you know, in the end, you'll be doing things that perhaps you thought you'd never do.
Okay, so what would you say as a way of people looking after themselves and in line with empowerment and taking action? What can you say that could help someone else, say, for example, to really caution them? You know, like simple things, maybe, as you said before, you know, how would you caution people in terms of, you know, not taking too much drastic action?
Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't compare to other people, because a lot of the time people portray images on social media that are not actually real or true, and we all compare our lives to somebody that perhaps looks like they're having a great time. It's so easy to smile on a photograph that, you know, we're conditioned to smile when we see a camera sometimes, aren't we? We just automatically do it. But we all go through our own struggles day to day. But tying in with what you said, just be careful and not get entrenched in other people's lives, because everyone's journey and life is so different. So when you're making changes, make them relevant to you. Wherever anyone else is doing is their stuff. They might be at complete different points in their lives, but for make changes that obviously you can stick to, you know, that changes your own kind of mindset, and just be committed to changing yourself if that's what you want.
I believe in line with what you said too, it's very important, I think, for people to not really suffer in silence, but find someone who they can really talk to or they can relate to, and who would listen to them and listen to them with care, you know, not the kind of blasé kind of, okay, you know, so what, you know, everybody goes through that, but find someone who they can really talk to and really get it off their chest, because especially now is like a lot of people are really suffering silently, And I think that, you know, this month is like get it out, but get it out with someone or to someone who really cares. Very important too.
Yeah, and on top of that, like, know who to go to for what, because some people find it really difficult to deal with emotions or problems. Like, for example, I can't go to my mum if something's worrying me, because it worries her way more than it even worries me. So I know if I've got a problem, I wouldn't go to my mum. If I got a problem, I'd go to maybe one of my close friends. But it's knowing who to go to for what, especially with mental health. I mean, if you've got a friend that is really empathetic, I would go to them over somebody that perhaps would find it really difficult to take that information in if you're struggling. But communication is important, isn't it? And if you are feeling certain ways, to actually speak about it. But again, it's a really vulnerable place when you're struggling to speak. So I get how hard that can be for people.
So I guess for someone else, I think the idea of trust is still learning to trust the right person, but knowing who to go to for advice, and knowing who to go to with your personal matters. You don't want to just go to someone who wants to feel better than you because they figure you have something worse than they're going through, and they're listening and feeling good within themselves. Hey, I'm glad I'm not that person. Really, you know, people could.
Oh God, yes, that's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, because really and truly, they're not going to be listening to you. They're just going to be comparing and really thinking how better they are than you. So,
and life is full of challenges every day. If you can conquer the big challenges, you can definitely conquer the little ones.